It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Wednesday, the 29th of May. I'm Michael Groff. Stop me if you've heard this one before. Dry conditions, temperatures above average. That's going to be the story for the next several days. But by next week, it could actually get even hotter. As you're throwing stuff at your screens and at your phones and wherever you're watching this, I do apologize for it. I don't mean to be glib. I don't like it at all either, but that's the reality of what we're dealing with here. And no real meaningful chances of precipitation anytime soon, though there are some interesting things to talk about out there at the end of the forecast period, and we will do that as we dive on in and discuss. First, the almanac from yesterday, 106 degrees the afternoon high, 76 the morning low, 99 and 73 are the averages. Look at that record high, 113 degrees back in 1984. Oof. All right, looking outside right now after 11 a.m., it's already hot out there, 94 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew point 31, humidity 11%, a light wind, the barometer steady. Upper level weather pattern across the nation. Once again, showers and storms drifting toward the Gulf Coast and the Sabine Pass and portions of Louisiana. And those were from the storms that fired yesterday. And my goodness, there was some very large hail over parts of West Texas yesterday. We had hail up around 5 inches in diameter around Levelland, Texas. I mean, that's softball-size hail, maybe even slightly bigger than softball-size hail. You don't see it that big very often, but there it was. And more showers and storms will be possible across the Plain States today. Now, for us, of course, it's a dry westerly flow, and with the heights being where they are, temperatures will be just a little bit above average. The watch warning map is surprisingly pretty quiet right now. We do have an air quality alert issued for Maricopa County once again, including Phoenix, and that is for elevated ozone levels, and we'll show you that. It's actually through 9 p.m. tomorrow evening, but if we take this forecast at face value, it may need to be extended into Friday. And so even though we're technically in the moderate range today, they went ahead and issued it for today and tomorrow, and again, may need to be extended through Friday. So in other words, you respiratory sufferers out there, if you're like myself, you've got asthma, whatever, I would recommend limiting your outdoor activity, again, particularly in the daytime and early evening. Now, this does run through, right now anyway, through 9 p.m. tomorrow evening. Convective outlook for today, we've got the standard slight risk of severe storms, the lee of the Rockies and out into the western plain states, Nebraska, South and North Dakota, even western Kansas, parts of Wyoming and Montana. The broader severe weather risk extends down into Texas once again, and the primary threat from thunderstorms in these zones today, strong gusty straight-line winds, and yeah, some hail, maybe a little bit of large hail. Probably not the kind of hail sizes we saw yesterday, but still hail, at least 1 inch in diameter. That is the criteria. In order for a severe storm, or in order for a storm to be considered severe, it needs one of two things, and that's winds 58 miles per hour in speed or greater by gust or sustained wind, or hail that reaches the ground that's 1 inch in diameter or greater. Now, also, there's a marginal risk of severe storms around the Houston area, and so we'll keep an eye on that. Boy, they've been getting hammered with some heavy rain, strong storms, and even a few violent storms and tornadoes the last few weeks, so they're looking for a break. Now, we've had a break for quite some time in precipitation, and that's going to continue. This is the precipitation outlook valid through Wednesday morning of next week, and rain amounts in Phoenix will be the big goose egg. Statewide, absolutely nothing. Region-wide, not much to be had either, because the main storm track is going to stay off to the north, as it usually does this time of year, and that's going to leave us high and dry for quite some time. Probably drier than higher, depending on who you are, but either way you look at it, let's see if the future holds any changes, any signs of hope, anything that we can latch on to, and we'll take a look at that right now as we explore the models, see what's going on. This, my friends, is the GFS. It's the 12Z run, and this is valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. All right, troughing way off to the north of us, and the heights are around or a little bit above normal, and so what that means for us down at the surface for today, probably not quite as hot as yesterday. But does it matter if it's 103 as opposed to 106? Are you really going to notice? That's where we're going to be today. Afternoon highs, I'd say anywhere from about 100 to 104. And the sky will be sunny. The air will be dry. Tonight, clear sky, lows mid-60s to mid-70s. More of the same tomorrow. Highs again, somewhere in that 99 to 104 bracket. And really, it's more or less the same story on Friday. We just don't anticipate any big-time changes. Temps might bump up a degree here, but I mean, overall, it's just going to be sunny days, sunny and hot days, clear and very mild nights. And that's going to continue into the weekend as the main storm track, again, remains well off to the north of us. We just see minor fluctuations in daytime temperatures, but overall, highs probably pushing toward about 106 at the highest here. And we're just going to see that continuing on Sunday. Monday and Tuesday, temps might back off a degree or two. But even at that, we're still looking at highs well above 100 degrees each day, overnight lows 60s and 70s. Now, where things do start to change, perhaps, maybe not for the better, is as we go out here to a week from today. This is Wednesday, the 5th of June, and we've got a 591 ridge that's building in here across the southwest. Now, there is this upper low, and the GFS just insists this is going to exist out here. Some sort of upper low or a wave that sits to the west of us. If this happens to occur, and with the position of the ridge being where it is, the flow aloft may start to turn more southerly. The thing is, there's really not a ton of moisture sitting to the south of us, but that could bring in whatever moisture is there for an isolated shower or storm over the higher terrain of northern and eastern Arizona. We're just not ready to latch on to that yet, but this has really been kind of consistently advertised. There are at least some members in the GFS ensemble that show this idea as well and bring some moisture in here. The problem is with the 591 ridge, it's going to be hot. High temperatures will easily be in the 103 to 107 range if that verifies, and maybe even warmer than that. And then going out 10 days, it doesn't get much better. This is Friday, the 7th of June. And again, you do have this little low sitting to the west of us and a 591 to 594 decameter ridge off to the east, and again, southerly flow. But really, the bottom line is I don't see a ton of moisture in that scenario. Best case may be an isolated storm in the higher terrain. For us, high temperatures would just be sizzling. We'd be probably anywhere from 106 to 110 if that verifies. So, I don't know, pick your poison on these. Rainfall for Phoenix off the GFS ensemble, and this goes out through the 12th of June. And again, you do have about a third of the members in this ensemble that try as they might, to introduce some very minor amounts of precipitation here in Phoenix. And I'm telling you right now, I just don't see that happening. Again, really the best case scenario, maybe some isolated showers and storms over the higher terrain. But obviously, what we do here on these videos, what I like to do is watch those model trends. And if something were to change, you'll be the first to know. And then looking at the European ensemble, it is much less bullish. I mean, if you can call the GFS bullish, this is far less so, with basically no opportunity for precipitation over the next 2 weeks. All right, temperatures off the national blend of models. Not exactly what you wanted to see here either, except for you heat lovers. This is exactly what you want to see. If you're one of those people and you love the heat for whatever reason you do, I don't know, you love paying more in electric bills, you love sunburns, you're a big fan of sweating. I don't know, some people are. There's masochistic people among all of us. And if you are that person, well, guess what? Congratulations, this is exactly the graphic you want to see, with highs pushing up toward 110 degrees by late next week. And that's the NBM. Listen, there are outliers here that push us even higher than that as we get out there toward next Thursday, Friday, and that following Saturday. Yuck. All right, listen, I'm already over the heat, and we're at May 29th. So, hey, look, optimistically, I mean, if you want to look glass half full, a little over 4 months to go. All right, that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning, and should you happen to enjoy these videos, then be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. And if you really like what we do here, then you can click that thanks icon below the video and make your monetary donations to us, $2, $5, $5 million. It all helps in the furtherance of this channel, or you can donate directly to me via PayPal and eliminate the middleman of YouTube and eliminate the 30% cut that they take. And you can send it to my PayPal address, that address, groffshow@gmail.com. That's GROFF show@gmail.com for PayPal. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona, talking about my Michelle. And you know what I did. Of course, you know what I did. If you're here right now and you're not seeing that banner up there for Sweet Child, then you know exactly what I did. You know it. You know, I forgot to put it into the, I had a hotkey for it, and then there was a crash, and then it forgot my hotkey. So then I just have to go in and manually paste it in. And there it is, the Sweet Child banner. So there you go. That's for Michelle. sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona. Do check that out. That's my Michelle. And of course, her videos and relevant links are all down there in the description. And our streaming station, that's also linked up down in the description. It is called KMGX. What do we do there? Well, we play a ton of music. We have a lot of fun. And it's just a great thing for you to check out. So if you're a big fan of music, you want to sit out. You're one of those people that enjoys the heat and you just want to sit outside and enjoy the heat while listening to 6 decades worth of music and being entertained by thousands and thousands of songs with no repeats all day. Well, then I suggest you listen to KMGX. Or if you're not a fan of heat and you want to sit inside and listen to some great music all day, well, then you can do that as well. Again, all that linked up down in the description. All right, I thank you guys so much for watching, all of your continued support. It is so greatly appreciated. Please, please be safe, stay cool, stay hydrated out there. And you guys have yourselves an absolutely terrific rest of your Wednesday.